Hello and welcome. We're so glad you're joining us today. This training, Special Education Basics, is designed to help families feel informed, confident, and supported as we work together. Our focus today is understanding and unpacking the FIE and IEP processes, two key components on how we identify student needs and create individualized plans for success. These can feel overwhelming at first, but our goal is to make sure the information is clear, accessible, and parent-friendly. My name is Stephanie Flores, and I serve as the Executive Director for Intervention Services for Coppell ISD. It is truly an honor to partner with you as we support our learners. Whether you're new to special education or simply looking to deepen your understanding, we hope this training gives you clarity, reassurance, and practical knowledge to navigate the process with confidence. Thank you again for being here. Let's get started.
Hello, my name is Misty Lynch. I'm a transition specialist. I work with learners ages 3 to 22. I support families specifically in agency connection and resources in the areas of employment, education training, and independent living.
Here's an overview of our training today so you know where we're headed. First, we'll talk about what to expect in the process. We'll talk about the ARD process or committee meetings that you're a part of. We'll talk about before, during, and after those meetings, what the school's role is, and provide you with additional resources that are on our website and direct you to where you can ask and get additional questions answered. Let's get started with what to expect. Before we jump into today's content, I want to take a moment to explain a few common acronyms you'll hear often in special education. Our goal is to make sure everything we talk about is clear and parent-friendly because partnerships with families is at the heart of everything we do. First, the IEP, or Individualized Education Program. An IEP is a written plan that describes your child's unique learning needs and the specific supports, services, and goals designed to help them succeed. It is created together by you, educators, and other specialists, and it is reviewed at least once a year. The FIE, or Full and Individual Evaluation, is a comprehensive evaluation used to determine whether a child qualifies for special education services. It looks at your child's strengths, areas of needs, how they learn, and any supports that may help them make progress. A read is a review of existing evaluation data. A read happens when the team looks at all current information about your child, such as previous evaluations, classroom work, teacher input, and parent input, to decide if additional testing is needed or if the existing data is enough to continue planning. The PLAF, my least favorite because it's not a real word, present levels of academic achievement and functional performance. The PLAF describes where your child is right now. It explains their current academic skills like reading or math and functional skills like communication, behavior, or organization. This section helps guide the goals and the services of the IEP. Next, we have ESY, or Extended School Year. ESY services are special education services provided outside the regular school year, usually during the summer. These services are considered when a child is at risk of losing important critical life skills during long breaks and needs continued support in order to maintain progress. Teachers track data on regression and recoupment, meaning over long breaks, do they regress in skills, and does it take them a significant amount of time to recoup those skills? If so, extended school year services may be recommended. The ARD, or Admission Review and Dismissal Committee. Instead of saying IEP meeting, in Texas we call it an ARD meeting. This team, including the parents, meet to review evaluation, develop the IEP, and make decisions about services and your child's progress. All of these terms work together to describe how we support learners, make decisions as a team, and ensure every child receives the services they need. And remember, you never have to navigate these terms alone. We're here to guide you every step of the way. On our website, we have a list of other commonly used acronyms. But in the meeting, if people start talking in letters, please ask them to slow down or define those terms. We definitely want to be on the same page with you. As we talk about special education services, it is important to understand how eligibility is determined. In Texas, special education uses what we call a two-pronged approach. This simply means that there are two questions we must answer before a child can receive special education services. First, does the child have a disability? The Texas Education Agency defines 13 possible disability categories, such as autism, specific learning disability, speech impairment, or others. A trained evaluation team looks carefully at your child's strengths and needs through a full and individual evaluation, or FIE. This helps understand how your child learns and whether they meet the criteria for one or more of these disability categories. Second, does the child need specially designed instruction? Even if a child has a disability, they only qualify for special education if their disability affects their educational performance in a way that requires individualized, specially designed instruction. This means that your child needs support or teaching approaches that go beyond what is available in the general classroom. The guiding question we always ask is, does the child have a disability that adversely affects educational performance? If the answer is yes, the child needs instruction that is tailored specifically for them, then they are eligible for special education services. This process ensures that every child who needs additional support can receive it, and that decisions are made thoughtfully, based on data, collaboration, and what is best for each individual learner. And as always, parents are essential partners throughout this entire process. I want to take a moment to explain how the evaluation and planning cycle works in special education, because knowing the timelines helps families feel confident and informed. Everything starts with a full and individual evaluation, or FIE. The FIE is the foundation for special education eligibility. It tells us how your child learns, what their strengths are, and what areas may need support. This evaluation helps us determine whether your child qualifies for special education services and guides the development of their IEP. In Texas, an FIE must be repeated every 3 years. We call this the reevaluation cycle. Every 3 years, the team, especially parents, has a chance to review the current data, discuss progress, and determine whether updated testing is needed. This helps ensure that the services and supports remain accurate and appropriate as your child grows and changes. While the FIE happens every 3 years, the IEP, or Individualized Education Program, is updated every single year. Each year, the team comes together to review your child's present levels, progress on goals, strengths, and any new needs. We then update the goals, services, and supports so the plan reflects where your child is right now. So think of it this way. Every 3 years, a comprehensive evaluation, or FIE, is done to look at the full picture. Every year, an updated IEP is done to adjust goals, supports, and services based on current progress. This ongoing cycle ensures that we are always responding to your child's needs with the most accurate information and the most effective plan. And throughout this whole process, parents are essential partners in making decisions and shaping the services that help their child grow.
Reasons for interpreter. Our four main reasons are we do have several words without direct translation. We do use many educational terms. As we mentioned before, we do have several acronyms that we need to define and language support. But most importantly, we want our families to be engaged and participate as a member of the ARD committee team.
During the meeting, we follow a specific agenda. While I'm not going to go into every detail of every single part of the meeting, I want you to see that the order in which things are discussed, because the order is intentional and each section builds towards the next. For example, we start talking about your child's progress early in the meeting. This helps inform the present levels of academic achievement and functional performance, which shows where your child is right now. Once we clearly understand those present levels, the team can determine what goals are needed for your child. Goals are at the heart of the IEP. They outline what we want your child to achieve over the next year. After the goals are identified, we decide on accommodations, supports, and services, including how much time your child needs in the instructional settings that will best help them meet those goals. It's important to note that any planning documents you receive before the ARD meeting are drafts. Nothing is final until we meet as a committee. This is done on purpose. It ensures that parents are active participants in the decision-making process and that all relevant sections of the IEP are carefully considered by the whole team. Your input is essential, and the ARD meeting is a time when we work together to make final decisions that best support your child. Meeting concludes, the team goes through the signature process. This is where you indicate whether you agree or disagree with the proposed IEP. If you agree, the plan is finalized and we move forward with implementing it. If you disagree with all or part of the plan, that's okay. As a parent, you have procedural safeguards to ensure your voice is heard. It's helpful for the team to know exactly which parts of the plan you disagree with, so we can work together to come to consensus. While most meetings end in agreement, if there is a disagreement, we would recess the meeting and then reconvene within the next 10 school days. During this recess, the team will review the areas of disagreement, collect any additional data if needed, and then return to discuss those specific areas. If you have further questions about dispute resolution or your rights as a parent, these are outlined in the procedural safeguards document, or you can reach out to me directly. After the meeting, you will receive a copy of the finalized IEP. The teachers will begin implementing the plan, and you can expect progress reports on the IEP goals to be issued at the same time as your child's report card. This ensures that you can track progress and stay informed throughout the year.
Website resources. Let's go to our main landing page. Here you'll see intervention services, and then all of these links are under the umbrella of intervention services. You can click on any of them to find out additional information. Below, you'll see links for our intervention services staff where you can do the same. We also have information if you'd like to make a records request, and then we have additional quick links for you as well. Next, we're going to highlight 4 resources specifically for families. First, we'll review Coffee and Connections. Typically, we host Coffee and Connections in the fall and the spring, and it's an opportunity for families to connect. There is no learning or agenda, it's just connecting with other families, having coffee, hopefully exchanging information and making new connections. So let's explore the Parent Resource Guide. First, I'd like to draw your attention to inclusion on this list should not be considered an endorsement of any kind by Coppell ISD. These are all resources for you to explore and decide what's best for your family. I would like to highlight a few items on the list in which families reach out to me most frequently. First, I like to talk about ABA providers. I've listed a few. Also, families will request, do you have any doctors that work with students with neurodiversities? So they do have ASD-friendly doctors, and they have a provider list for you to explore. They also have other therapies, summer programs as well. Several families will also ask about respite care. I do like this definition of respite care, having someone else look after your loved one while you take a break. And underneath, we have respite care providers. Families will reach out about, are there any groups or support groups for social skills? We've listed those as well. And as spring break approaches, people are planning for the summer. We've listed 3 resources: our community and recreational resource guide. You can click and it'll take you to various resources and activities. The special needs recreation camps and activities. This is maintained by the ARC of DFW area. And you can see they have different kinds of fitness, families, siblings, social skills, language included. We update this each year. This is from 2025, and they talk about camps and activities in the areas, and it gives a nice description of the times and the age groups of the children as well. Those are mainly the ones that parents reach out to me, but you can explore and see what's appropriate for your family. Next, let's discuss parent resource meetings. We hold an array of presentations provided by qualified personnel that are experts in their respective fields. These presentations provide families with resources and skills necessary for their child to succeed in the home and community setting. We usually have several in the fall and also in the spring. Lastly, we understand that you may not be able to make every parent resource meeting, so we have created parent resource recordings. We have divided them up into certain topics: behavior, communication, self-help, personal care, socialization, and transition future planning. If you click on any of the ones, we'll go here, you will see that there is a YouTube video with a companion presentation. We've put it in YouTube so you can access closed captions and have it translated into your native language if needed. We also have other resources available too that match our presentations. We hope you find that helpful.
Thank you so much for joining us today and taking the time to learn more about special education, the FIE, and the IEP process. We hope this training has been helpful in giving you a clearer understanding of how decisions are made and how you can be an active partner in your child's education. If you have any questions or need further support, please don't hesitate to reach out. Here is our contact information. We are always happy to help and work with you to ensure your child's success. Thank you again for being part of this learning experience and for partnering with us to support your child.